So the topic of this screencast is to learn to make scatter plots using your calculator. It's pretty easy to do. First thing you need to do is enter in two lists that are going to be your response and your explanatory variables. So let's do that first. So stat edit, and I've already done that. So L1 is my explanatory variable, and L2 is my response variable. Or another way to think of that is independent and dependent. So once you have your data entered, then you go to Scatterplot, and I'll choose the first one. And then this first flashing one is a scatter plot with the dots right there, so I'll hit enter. And as soon as you choose that, it gives you options of X list and Y list because you need to have the explanatory and the response variable. So this is already set up for L1 and L2, but if it weren't, right, I would just click second L1 to enter that, and then here second L2. And once I do that, I just hit graph, and it generates Scatterplot for me. If it didn't look right, I could do zoom and then 9, because we'll just go down to 9 here. There we go, because 9 is zoom stat, zoom for statistics. So I just press enter, and there's my Scatterplot. If I'd like to see the individual points, I can click trace and then move the cursor to the right, and you'll see it's x is 5 and y is 0.06. That's the explanatory variable and the response variable that corresponds to it. But then if I go to the right, it goes to 3, then 0.02, then 5, 0.05, then 4, 0.07. And it seems like it's kind of just jumping around randomly. Well, what's actually happening is, if I go back to the list, what it's doing is it's just starting at these values and it's going from one to the next. So since these aren't in any kind of ascending or sequential order, as you trace through the graph, it just goes from 5 to 2 to 9 to 8. So it looks sort of random. So if I go back there again, I see I go from 6, which is 0.1, to 5.85. So if I go back and look at that, so it was 6, where is 6 on here? 6.1 and then 5.85. So it just traces through the list like that. Anyway, that's how you make a scatter plot.